Hi, in this video we're going to go over setting up your listing. So let's get started. When you first set up a new listing, they're going to give you a set of questions and take you step by step. The first is if this will be an entire place or a shared space, and an entire place is the most wanted by guests, so that's what I would select if it's available. Next, you will put how many guests are going to be there, and then you will enter in the address. For the guests, typically you should put around 2 guests per bed if you have a queen size bed or a king size bed. So I would select 4 guests if I have 2 queen beds, and as you have more beds, you can add more guests. So if you have a couch, a guest can go in on that if you allow them to sleep there, etc. Next, what kind of place are you listing? Home, a hotel, or something else? You should select a home here unless you are a big business with actual hotel. So here's the different types of places. You can select townhouse, home, condo, many different selections. Next, again, you'll select if you have an entire place, a private room, or a shared space. Next, is this dedicated to guest space? So yes, it's primarily set up for guests if you don't live there. If this is your primary residence, you will put that you keep your belongings there. Next, how many guests can your place accommodate? Again, it depends on the different places that you have for them to sleep. So my rule of thumb is 2 per bed if it's a queen size bed or bigger. And you can also add a guest for a couch or air mattress or any other bed that you have. So you just go in and you put in the different things that you have in your place. So in bedroom 1, you will list what type of bed you have. Bedroom 2, you will let them know how many beds you have. And if you have more than 2 bedrooms, by all means go back and select 3 bedrooms. You can also add in couches, floor mattresses, air mattresses, and different places that guests can sleep. So you have many different options: a water bed, hammock, toddler bed, crib, air mattress, bunk beds, king, queen, double. So they have a wide variety of choices for you to select. Next, how many bathrooms you have. So typically, most townhomes come with 1.5 baths, so just put the accurate number. Next, where is your place located? You will put your address in this field right here. And this will allow them to get an accurate place and accurate location of your place. Excuse me. So here you would put in the address, and it should populate the rest of the things when you put in your address. And then they'll let you know where they think your place is located, and you just drag the pin on the map to exactly where it is, and then you select move on. What amenities do you offer? The essentials: towels, bed sheets, soap, toilet paper. Do you provide Wi-Fi, shampoo, closet drawers, TV, heat, air conditioning, breakfast, desk and workplace? If you're not going to be there, I wouldn't select breakfast. Most people can get their own breakfast. So just go down the amenities list and select the things that you have. You should have a smoke detector, carbon monoxide detector. Add if you have a first aid kit, a safety card. Most people don't have that. Fire extinguisher, a lock on the bedroom doors. I would go out and get a first aid kit, a little cheap first aid kit. What spaces can the guests use? Your kitchen, laundry, washer and dryer. If you have a pool in your complex and they're allowed to use it, you can add that. But if not, if you need special access, I would leave it off. And next, we're going to move to set the scene. So here you will upload photos of your place. You can drag them from your desktop on your computer, or you can go in and upload them from a specific file on your computer or on your phone. And you just go to the folder where your photos are and you add them in. And on your photos, you want to make sure that you take pictures of the front of your place, the back of the place, so people can recognize it when they reach your property. Also, give them a view of your bedrooms and the many different rooms that you have so they can get a feel of what the place is going to look like when they get there so they won't be surprised. Next, you're going to put in a description of your place. This is where people will be able to hear from you about what makes your place unique, what your place has to offer that other places may not have to offer. So here I suggest using the and then giving your place a catchy name. So here I'm going to put the Need More condo because it's located on Need More Road, but putting the in the beginning makes your place sound like it's a destination that is different from other places. So just a little tip of naming your place, put the in the beginning and people will think that it's a destination and they will give it a little bit more thought than other places that has the same similar name or intro as other places. So make your place stand out a little bit. And you just write a brief description and make sure that you include in there information about your neighborhood. If your neighborhood is safe, you need to let them know that that's a plus, and that's one of the things that many people look for when they're going to stay somewhere. That's one of the most important things. Let them know how many bedrooms you have so they'll know how much space they have to work with, how many beds, what size beds. I would add that in the description. And I would also let them know about the different entertainment that they will have so they'll know what they can do when they're in the place. So I add free Wi-Fi to my property, and I give them access to Netflix and Hulu, so they have thousands of movies and shows to choose from when they're inside of the property. And it only costs maybe a little bit over 12 or 13 bucks per month. So you'll earn that back um, after you start getting guests in there. So I would allocate maybe 30 bucks total for Netflix and Hulu per month, but it's worth it for your entertainment for your guests. And washer and dryer inside of your place, that's a big plus for guests that may be staying a little bit longer visit because they're going to need to clean their clothes, and that's so convenient for them to have a washer and dryer available to them instead of having to go to a laundromat. Next, you will let them know if your place is suitable for families and kids, big groups, or pets, otherwise known as furry friends. And next, you will name your place. So again, I will put "the" in the beginning to state that your place is a destination that they would like to come to and enjoy. The last step to setting your place up is getting ready for the guests, the booking settings. So they give you a rerun of all the things you've done so far, and this is the information that each guest will have to provide in order for them to be able to stay at your place. So I think Airbnb does a great job of making people verify themselves before staying somewhere. And you can also add that you want a government issued ID submitted to Airbnb to take the security up another level. Now you can set the house rules for your guests, suitable for children, suitable for infants. You have the option for pets. If smoking is allowed, do you allow events or parties? And you can also add in any additional rules that Airbnb doesn't list here. So if you want people to take their shoes off, if you want them to enter the certain entrance or not leave and come in a certain entrance, you can let them know that. You can let them know details about your place if they must climb stairs. So in my case, a townhome has a flight of stairs. So I will let them know there's one flight of stairs. You can also let them know if there's a potential for noise, pets, if there's no parking on the property, etc. Next, they will let you know the process of your guest booking. So they get qualified guests that find your listing on their website. You set your controls of who can book. So if you require government issued ID, only people that have provided that will be able to see your place. And once they submit a reservation, you'll get notified and you can approve the reservation. And also, they provide you with $1 million uh, insurance policy if something goes wrong. Next, you can set up your calendar. You can set if you have rented your place out before or you're new to this. I'm just going to select I have, and they're going to ask you how often you want to book your place. If you want more money, I will put as often as possible so they'll know to send guests your way and put your listing on the website above others that only want to occasionally put their place on there. They're going to give priority to the hosts that want to make their place available at all times. So here you could put how much time you need before guests arrive. I would put a day so you can properly prepare your place. Because if you don't put a day and you put same day, I would only do this if I'm personally cleaning the place and preparing it, and I have someone to clean and prepare it at all times, because bookings can happen at any time. Someone can check out at 2 p.m. and someone can be booking your place in the next couple hours. So I would put some time in between to make sure I can prepare it. Next, you can select how many months in advance you will allow your place to be booked. I would start off with 3 months. Next, you can put how long guests can stay. I'll put a minimum of 1 night, because some people are coming in for 1 night and they need a place to stay. So you don't want to pass up a large variety of possible guests because you require more than 1 night. Next, you can sync your calendar with the other platforms that allow you to rent your place out. Next, you can block days. So maybe you're in town or you need to stay in your place on a specific day. You can block those days out so no reservations can be made on those days, and guests can book any other day that's open. So you can go out on your calendar for as many months in advance that you allow, and you can book the dates that you don't want reservations for. So next, they ask you, how do you want to set your price? You can use the price that adapts to demand, or you can set a fixed price. I would recommend setting the price that adapts to demand. So this gives Airbnb a leeway of getting you the best number based on demand. Whereas if you set a set price, maybe you can get more because the demand is more. But if you set a set price, you're only going to get that number. And if guests see that number and they don't agree with it, you may not get bookings, or you could be leaving money on the table if demand is higher and you have a set price. So I would just set my pricing strategy to allow them to set it, and I would just set the minimum that I'm willing to receive and the maximum. Next, you can offer a percentage off to your first guest. So this will help you get your first guest and attract people to your listing by having discounts. Also, I do weekly and monthly discounts to reward the people that want to stay longer. That way, I'm getting guaranteed money rather than waiting on smaller reservations that may not happen. So I take a little bit less than I would earn if I left it open and got a bunch of smaller reservations. I reward those that want to stay longer and give me less work. So also read over the rules of Airbnb, and then you're ready to go. Now you're ready to publish your listing, and in the next video we're going to go over some tips and things that you should correct and edit once you publish your listing.